The Today with Jenna Friends studio in Rockefeller Plaza buzzed with anticipation as the morning crowd, a mix of devoted viewers and tourists, settled in for a star-studded segment. Kylie Kelce, wife of retired NFL star Jason Kelce and a rising media figure with her chart-topping podcast Not Gonna Lie, took the stage to promote her work with the Eagles Autism Foundation. Her down-to-earth charm and quick wit had made her a fan favorite, and the audience roared as she sat opposite Jenna Bush Hager, whose warm smile masked a knack for probing questions. The interview began with lighthearted banter about Kylie's life as a mom of four, her podcast's meteoric rise past Joe Rogan's, and her charity efforts. Jenna, ever the engaging host, praised Kylie's authenticity, saying, "You're the voice of real moms and NFL wives. How do you balance it all?" Kylie grinned, sharing a funny story about her daughters cheering at a recent Eagles event. But the mood shifted when Jenna pivoted to a sharper topic, referencing a viral X post where Kylie had defended the role of NFL spouses against claims of attention-seeking. "Kylie, you've spoken out about NFL wives being in the spotlight," Jenna said, her tone curious but edged. "Some say you and others are too visible, chasing fame over family. What's your take?" The question landed like a spark in a dry field. Kylie's smile tightened, her eyes locking onto Jenna's. "That's a loaded way to frame it, Jenna," she replied, her voice steady but pointed. "NFL wives aren't chasing anything. We're supporting our families, our communities, and causes that matter." "Why is that a problem?" the audience murmured, sensing the tension. Jenna, trying to keep things lively, pressed further, "But doesn't all this visibility, like your podcast, invite scrutiny? Some might say it's performative." Kylie leaned forward, her Philly grit shining through. "Performative? I'm out here raising kids, running a foundation, and speaking my truth. If that's too visible for some, that's their bias, not mine." The crowd erupted in applause, but the air was electric with unease. Jenna, caught off guard, tried to pivot with a joke about podcast rivalries. But Kylie wasn't having it. "You invited me here to talk about my work, not to question my motives," she said, her voice rising with conviction. The studio fell silent, producers signaling frantically off camera. Then came the moment that would dominate headlines. Jenna, attempting to regain control, suggested Kylie's high profile might overshadow her charity's mission. "I'm not here to be your morning show drama," Kylie fired back, unclipping her microphone. "You want a sound bite? Find someone else." She stood and walked off, her parting words echoing, "I'm done with this double-standard nonsense." The audience gasped, some cheering, some stunned as Jenna stammered, "Well, that's one way to make an exit." Before cutting to commercial. Within minutes, clips flooded X, with hashtags like #KylieWalks and #TodayShowClash trending globally. Posts amplified the drama, with users calling it Kylie's epic takedown, though some, like a Burlington Gazette note, warned the incident might be exaggerated for clicks. News outlets ran wild, with headlines like "Kylie Kelce kicked off today," fueling rumors of a ban. Despite no official confirmation, the clash wasn't just a TV momento, it was a cultural firestorm, exposing tensions between media narratives and the realities of public figures like Kylie. The fallout from Kylie Kelce's dramatic walk-off from Today with Jenna Friends was instantaneous, a digital wildfire that consumed social media and news cycles by lunchtime. X was ablaze with clips of Kylie's exit, captioned with phrases like "Kylie just shut down Jenna's shade," and "NFL wife stands up for respect." The hashtag #KylieWalks trended alongside #JennaFumbles, reflecting a divided public. Fans praised Kylie for calling out perceived media bias, while critics labeled her oversensitive, tweeting, "Kylie can't take a tough question." Podcast star meltdown. TikTok videos, like one from @user 741699465514, synced Kylie's mic drop to a dramatic beat, racking up thousands of views and fueling the attention-seeking narrative. News outlets like TMZ and Yahoo ran breathless recaps, some exaggerating the incident as a ban from NBC, though no credible evidence supported this. Jenna's team issued a statement that afternoon, emphasizing her commitment to engaging conversations and framing the clash as a misunderstanding. Kylie, staying true to her no-nonsense persona, didn't engage directly but posted on X. "I speak for myself and my work. Not gonna lie." The post went viral, with fans flooding the comments with support, calling her a voice for real women. Behind the scenes, NBC was in damage control, with insiders reporting tense meetings about how to handle the fallout. Some producers pushed to invite Kylie back, citing her positive April 2024 Today appearance where she charmed viewers with a behind-the-scenes tour, while others feared a repeat would tank ratings. The incident tapped into a deeper cultural divide, the scrutiny faced by women in the public eye, especially those tied to high-profile men like Jason Kelce. Cable news debates raged, with some pundits arguing Jenna's question about visibility was a fair probe, while others saw it as a gender jab at NFL wives' roles. The clash also reignited discussions about media portrayal of women, with fans and activists rallying behind Kylie's defense of supportive spouses. Kylie spoke for every woman tired of being labeled a attention-seeking, one ex-user tweeted, sparking thousands of retweets. Jenna faced scrutiny, with some praising her for keeping her cool, others accusing her of baiting Kylie for drama. Her next broadcast was closely watched, with Jenna addressing the incident with a forced smile. "We had a spirited moment with Kylie, but we're all about growth and love here." The comment drew mixed reactions, with ex-users calling it PR spin. The controversy became a mirror for broader tensions between authenticity and media polish, between traditional roles and modern visibility. Community leaders hosted forums on gender and media, using the clip to discuss double standards. Music and sports fans alike used the moment to demand respect for figures like Kylie, whose podcast success had already shaken up the male-dominated space. The incident even inspired fan art, with a viral mural in Philadelphia depicting Kylie with the words, "Speak your truth." For Kylie, the clash was a double-edged sword. It cemented her image as a fearless advocate but risked alienating a broader audience. For Jenna, it was a test of her hosting resilience in a post-Hodakot era. The public couldn't stop talking, with rumors of a backstage blow-up and unverified but Jewish keeping the story alive. The moment had turned a charity segment into a national debate about truth, gender, and the cost of standing firm. Weeks after Kylie Kelce's explosive walk-off from Today with Jenna Friends, the incident had become a cultural juggernaut, dominating conversations from X to coffee shops. The viral clip was inescapable, racking up millions of views on YouTube and TikTok, with one video captioned "Kylie Kelce drags Jenna," gaining traction for its dramatic close-up of her mic drop. On X, hashtags like #KylieStrong and #TodayShow drama fueled heated debates, with fans posting gifs of Kylie's exit captioned, "When you're done with the media games," while critics argued she'd overreacted to a fair question. "Kylie's a role model, but that was a diva move," one user tweeted, sparking thousands of replies. The polarized response mirrored broader tensions, between women's visibility and societal expectations, between authenticity and the polished world of morning TV. The clash prompted a wave of introspection about the media's treatment of public figures, especially women tied to sports. Articles in The Atlantic and Rolling Stone analyzed the incident as a symptom of a media landscape that thrives on provocation, with one columnist writing, "Kylie's walk-off wasn't just about Jenna, it was a stand against a system that scrutinizes women for daring to shine." Some pointed to Jenna's history of warm interviews, like Kylie's own April 2024 Today visit where she charmed viewers with her wit, suggesting she'd misjudged Kylie's limits, while others saw Kylie's reaction as a powerful rejection of gendered stereotypes. The controversy also sparked nostalgia for Kylie's unfiltered podcast style, with fans flooding social media with clips of "Not Gonna Lie," celebrating her rise past Joe Rogan. Kylie leaned into her work, avoiding direct comment but hinting at the drama in a podcast episode. "I'm here to speak my truth, not to play into someone else's narrative." Her album's streaming numbers soared, with fans citing the clash as a reason to support her. "Kylie's fighting for real voices," one X-post read, shared thousands of times. Jenna, meanwhile, faced a tougher road. Her next episodes were scrutinized for signs of caution, with viewers noting a softer tone in her interviews. A source close to the show claimed producers were rethinking the edgy questions, Wary of losing other high-profile guests, the kicked-off rumor, fueled by sensational headlines like Kylie Kelce banned from Today, persisted. Though no credible evidence emerged, the incident also ignited discussions about gender and power, with some arguing Jenna's question about visibility carried an implicit challenge to Kylie's legitimacy as a public figure. She wasn't just questioning Kylie's role, she was questioning her right to be seen, one ex-user posted, sparking a wave of support. Community organizations hosted panels on media and gender, using the clip to discuss double standards faced by women in sports and entertainment. The clash inspired grassroots campaigns, with hashtags like #SpeakYourTruth encouraging fans to share stories of standing up to scrutiny. In schools, teachers used the incident to spark discussions about resilience and authenticity, with one viral lesson plan quoting Kylie's double standard nonsense line. The incident's cultural afterlife included podcasts dissecting morning TV dynamics and a viral SNL skit parodying a talk show host begging a guest not to leave. For Kylie, the clash solidified her image as a fearless advocate for women's voices. For Jenna, it was a reminder that even the sunniest host can misjudge a guest's limits. The public wrestled with questions of truth versus spectacle in a media world that thrives on both. Months after Kylie Kelce's seismic walk-off from Today with Jenna Friends, the incident remained a cultural milestone, etched into 2025's pop culture landscape as a symbol of conviction and authenticity. The clip had become a touchstone, referenced in everything from late-night monologues to TikTok trends, with Kylie's "I'm done with this double standard nonsense" line spawning t-shirts, memes, and a mural in Philadelphia's Fishtown neighborhood. Her podcast Not Gonna Lie continued to dominate charts, with fans packing live tapings to support the woman who stood her ground. As one ex-post put it, Kylie leaned into her rebel image, focusing on her charity work and podcast while dropping occasional barbs about media traps in interviews. At an Eagles Autism Foundation event, she quipped, "I'd rather raise money for kids than raise ratings for TV," drawing cheers and fueling her legend. Jenna Bush Hager, meanwhile, navigated a trickier path. The Today Show's ratings spiked in the short term, but the incident left a lingering mark, with some viewers questioning whether Jenna had crossed a line from engaging to provocative. Her team launched a new segment focused on authentic voices, inviting activists and artists to share unfiltered stories, a move some saw as damage control, others as a savvy rebrand. In a candid on-air moment, Jenna admitted, "I may have misread the room with Kylie, but we're all about learning here." The comment divided viewers, with some praising her humility, others calling it a weak apology. The kicked-off narrative persisted, fueled by clickbait YouTube titles like "Kylie Kelce barred from Today." Despite no confirmation from NBC, the incident's cultural impact was profound, sparking a reckoning about morning TV's role in an era of polarized discourse. A documentary, Walk-Off Warriors, When Stars Fight Back, explored the Kylie-Jenna clash alongside other viral TV moments, earning praise for its take on media ethics. Scholars argued that Kylie's reaction reflected a broader fatigue with a media culture that scrutinizes women's visibility, while fans saw it as a stand for authenticity in a world of polished narratives. The clash also had a gendered edge, with feminist outlets framing Kylie as a champion against double standards, while critics argued Jenna was simply doing her job. On X, users continued to debate, with hashtags like #KylieForever and #JennaWasFair keeping the conversation alive. Grassroots campaigns emerged, encouraging women to share stories of defying stereotypes, turning Kylie's walk-off into a movement about empowerment. In cities like Philadelphia and Nashville, community events tied to her foundation became spaces for dialogue about gender and media. The incident even prompted policy changes, with some morning shows reportedly tightening guest protocols to avoid similar blow-ups. For Kylie, the clash was a career-defining moment, reinforcing her status as a star who plays by her own rules, much like her podcast's rise past Rogan's. For Jenna, it was a humbling lesson in the risks of live TV in a post-Hoda era. For America, it was a mirror, reflecting the tension between truth and spectacle in a world where every moment can become a viral firestorm.